You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right, should I start with a normal welcome?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to be... No, stop that.
Let's try again.
Okay. Got the fucking giggles now. Right, FNSBUP. Hi guys, welcome to FNSBUP, and on today's short video we're just going to do a bit of a follow-on from the lashings videos that we've done. You can pop over into the playlist, they're there. Basically this follow-on is quite simply, quite briefly, a more secure way to give you a tighter bind and a more secure lash. When you're just doing pole to pole like this, you've only got the surface area of where each pole touches for any bind and grip when you've done your wrap, right? When you've done that lash. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate something else into this. What you do is you lie two poles you're wishing to lash, one on top of the other, with an even amount at both ends. Okay. This is perfectly ideal for if you want to do like an A-frame and then have a long pole coming off that for a shelter, which we will follow on and do in a later video. Okay. So lie one pole on top of the other, even bit at each end, like that, and then you get your saw and you come right up against the top piece and make a mark on your lower piece. Okay, just there. See that there, yeah? And then you do the same on the other side. And then you put a mark there. What you're doing is you're marking the width of your top pole onto your bottom pole. So when I move that out of the way, you can see the two marks I've made. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to notch about 40–50% of the way into the wood. Try and keep it nice and straight, nice and vertical cut. Now here we're using hazel, which is relatively easy to cut into. Now I'm going to cut this out with a knife. You can use an axe, okay? I'm going to use those as stop cuts. You could use a baton, probably would make it a lot quicker. Okay. Okay, so we briefly stopped, just basically to get a brew because it's freezing cold out here, and also to start with a baton instead because it'll be easier. Okay, so it just shows you how to baton. Okay, you just kind of grip hold of that end. It's a bit tricky, but. So you're just using a reasonably sort of thick round piece of stick you can then beat the back of your knife with, which is why it's good to have a nice thick spined,
Hold on.
It's wise to get a nice thick spined knife like that so it can take a beating. Condor Bush Law, absolute favourite knife. It's had some abuse and it's still going strong. Anything ever happens to this, I will get exactly the same knife again. Not that anything's going to happen to it, I don't think. But. So you see how that's taking that piece out. You see how we've cut in and used those stop cuts and then beaten the back of the knife to the stop cut to create a flat spot. It should be, because you marked it, the width of your top piece. Okay, so then what we do is we can flip it over, just lie you flat on top of the one that you haven't yet cut. Mark again either side with your saw, like so. Just move that one out of the way. In fact, I'll pop that on top, just give me something to rest on. And again, cut down about sort of 50% through the wood. I think this might be birch of some kind. Trying to keep your cuts level so that you're not kind of cutting one like that and sort of one up like that. So just try and keep them level to the ground as you can. And you get a more even flat spot. Okay, and then we do the same, and we then butt on that. Can I pop your foot on that, Matt?
Yep.
Nice one. Okay. Right, so then again you see how you've got another flat spot. So the aim is to basically, instead of having your pieces lashed together round to round like that with a small point of surface area for grip, we're going to go flat to flat because we've created the notch. So if you watch, bottom notch, top notch, turn the top one over and sit it on the bottom, and those two will bind together much neater, tighter, grip better, and should not move. They should be nice and secure. Again, the more accurate you do your flat spots and do your cuts, the better, but I don't think that's too bad, and it tends to sit more flush as well. I think it looks neater.
It's probably the best one we've done, so.
Just a bit of time, bit of care, bit of attention to detail, and you can then get that looking like that. Right, now the next port of call is, I'm not going to use a lot of cordage. I'm just going to do nice and simple, old man's knees. Right, okay, so like you will see in the playlist and other videos, we just repeat the same thing, and the more you repeat it, the easier it is to learn. Same skills used all the time for many different applications. Makes life so much simpler. Here we go. Right, so loop, loop, and put your second loop on top of your first, and then put it on the end of your pole, up close to your job, or to your work, to your notch, whatever you want to call it, like that. I'm just going to pop a little stop knot in so it doesn't move. Not that it should, just makes you feel a bit more reassured. Okay, so you've got stop knot in your tail end, and you can move that right up to that stop knot if you want. Just helps tighten things down. Okay, so now I'm just going to do dead simple square lash, so which is under, and over. Okay, under, and then just going to move that a bit closer, and over, and then pull that in nice and tight so it bites really well. Okay, and we come in under, and again over. Okay, under and over, and really pull on that, give that a good pull tight, like that. And we go under again, over and under, and back over. Right, all secure, pinch it with your thumb, Right. And then finish off with a clove hitch. Okay, so you're just wrapping around. I've come underneath, over the top, back underneath, and I'm going to go back over myself that way, bring the cordage underneath, then you take your tag end and pass it underneath the whole cross of both pieces. Pull that all through, move it closer, and again pull down nice and tight on that. Finish off with a half hitch just to lock it all in place like that. And again, all these knots are in the playlist. I don't really need to go into them in great detail. And obviously if you're left with a bit spare and you're not too bothered about the cordage, you could just stop knot on the end just to finish it off. Like I say, if you're not too bothered about all this slack that you're left with, you could just cut it off. Job done. Either that, you just go around your hand a few times. Right. Anyway, and then just tie her off however you want. She's done. Okay, so that is 2 poles lashed together with a notch in both poles. That creates more surface area where you've cut that wood out for a square flat piece to then bind against a square flat piece. More surface area, more grip, more secure, less movement in your lash. Okay, I'll stand this up, just kind of show what it looks like. It is a tall piece that we've used, but there I can hold that. There's no movement in that. It's solid as a rock. Not going anywhere. Okay.
Let's get it close up.
Just take that. Take a spare.
Apologise for the torch, guys, but
Yeah, it's got lost light.
fog descended in and we lost a load of light, so.
Just a simple square lash. No frap round the middle. Start with a clove hitch. Finish with the clove hitch. Put a half hitch on it. A couple of stop knots. Pull it all nice and tight. Job done. Now, what I could do is show you my bone. Right, with 3 poles, basically what this is going to represent is the front to your shelter, quite simply, yeah, because that's nice and solid. You can now get a 3rd pole, a nice long one, that's at least over 6 foot, I would say probably about 8 foot if you can, because that'll accommodate you and your gear. Okay. That then creates something, a frame, you can put a shelter over. Dig 2 holes, put these 2 in the ground, make them more solid, and you can just perhaps tie around that, tie it off. You've got a nice pole that goes then down to the ground. Put your tarp over that. I don't know, lie some moss or rocks along the edge of your tarp that's on the floor. You've then got a nice entrance to get in. Put your sleep mat in. Put out your sleeping bag. Use your bag as a pillow, and you're good to go for the night. If you haven't got the time or maybe skills to do a debris shelter, that is the simplest go-to shelter. If you've got a small poncho or you've got a small tarp with you, you're good to go with that. Sorted for the night. Okay, bit hard to see now, but you work with what you've got.
Yeah,
but you get the idea.
We might add on the end of this footage some day shots. So we'll get it out tomorrow and we'll do some more shots of it in the day. So it'll give you a better idea. And we'll put it out on the grass.
Yeah.
Hi guys, it's Matt. It's the next day. I'm just going to set the A-frame back up again, and then I'll show you with the tarp what you can do now once you've lashed the A-frame and you've notched it. You can see there. I'll show you how you can turn that into a shelter that's quick and easy to build. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so I've moved the A-frame over here onto the grass, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut the tops off. You can see there, I'm just going to cut the tops off so when I put a tarp over the top they're not in the way. So I'll set the camera up and we'll crack on. Okay, so I'm just going to round the edges off with the knife, so then the sharp edges don't pierce the tarp either. I'm just going to go around with the knife. Flip it over. So see that? Okay. As you can see, it's now rounded compared to that one. I'm just going to do the same on that one. I'll come back. Okay guys, so they're all done. So I'm going to video me putting it all together, getting the tarp on, and then I'll talk to you when it's all done. Okay guys, so I think you get the idea. You got the A-frame that you've notched and then lashed together. And what you can do is with the ridge pole, is you can do the same. You can notch it underneath so it sits better in the V and then lash it. But obviously for demo purposes I'm not going to do it properly. I might actually do it properly in a minute. But you got to tie out to create the space that you need. Obviously I haven't got anywhere to tie it out to, so same on the other side as well. And that, once it's tied out, properly done, could probably sleep 2 people. But that's a quick and easy shelter. If you're caught in a pinch and you haven't got time to do anything else, just get 3 poles, make an A-frame, notch it, lash it, ridge pole, and all you need is a tarp. So let me tie it properly. I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, I think I'm done. So this is it. Best I could do with the tarp that we've got. It's a bit too big, but I think you get the idea. I've just pegged it out. Okay guys, that's it from us. It's been FNSBUP. Patreon is in the description. And thanks for watching. Please click the subscribe button. Please press the like button. Please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.